About 2 years ago, I was in a situation, a lot of key leaders in our church were traveling, and I became concerned that some of our core service areas would be left without people. And I also thought within myself, hey, how will I manage after all these people were gone? And while I was thinking, I was talking to the Lord about it. Lord, please help us. How do I handle this? Around the same time, it was just like an exodus. I mean, for good, for them. And then the Lord asked me a question on one of the days. And you must really be careful when the Lord is asking you questions. That you're not too fast to answer, because the Lord knows your answer, and He knows that the answer on your mind may be wrong. Okay, so back to my story, and God said to me, have I ever left you stranded? And I thought about it. It was looking like I was going to be stranded, and He asked me, think about it. Have I ever left you stranded? And when I thought through, I said, no, Lord. So calm down. What you are seeing is Exodus. What I am doing is expansion. Sometimes the label we put on God's projects are not correct, because we are dealing with now. He is dealing with tomorrow. He has all His plans sorted out. I knew I was walking in the will of God, but His word gave me the comfort and the assurance that He's got my back. And guess what happened? Just in one of the conversations I was having with someone, the answers began to come. And within a month or thereabout, a lot of people left, but a lot of people came. And among those that came were people that plugged into some of those holes and gaps, that some of our key leaders left up. And their departure led to the expansion of our ministry in some other countries around the world. And I looked back one of the days, the Lord asked me again, how about all those gaps? And I said, no, Lord, no gap. He said, that is it. When you trust in the Lord, you may not understand the process, but trust in the process. God does not owe us an explanation of His process and His procedure, but is willing to show us the end, the destination. If you trust in Him, as He said to me, He said, have I ever left you stranded? You will see God come through for you at every moment of the way. Can I quickly say this to you? As part of what has been said, another lesson I've learned with God is that God is not committed to finishing what He didn't start. And there have been periods in my life when I started things up and I was praying for support, divine support and provision. And then the word came, finish it. I didn't start this with you. And the moment you hear that, just go and stop the project, no matter how far you have gone. Why? It will lead to a lot of problem, a lot of lack, because you don't have divine support. If you're there today and you have a project, you'll be trusting God, but it's not coming yet. You may want to hear clearly whether God started it or competition started it. Now, sometimes you start an MBA and want to do an MBA in the UK, you sold everything, and you're asking, why is it getting so difficult? God is not starting an MBA. You are the one starting it. And so you are stranded. But every single time we're on course, we're in the middle of His will, you will hear that word, I am with you. I will not leave you alone. I will not leave you stranded. So if you're there today, it's looking like the next phase of your life is unclear. Commit your ways unto God. He will be there for you. He's got your back.